Leo loved the kitchen more than any other room in the house. He wanted to be the greatest baker in the whole world. To Leo, being the greatest meant doing everything perfectly and never, ever making a single mistake. Today was a very special day because it was Sarah's birthday. Leo wanted to bake her a sparkle star cake. It was supposed to be the fluffiest, sweetest cake ever made. He carefully laid out his bowls and whisked the eggs until they were bubbly. Leo followed the recipe line by line. He added the butter and the milk, but when it came time for the sugar, he saw 2 large glass jars on the shelf. They both held white, sparkly powder. Leo was in a hurry to be perfect, so he didn't stop to check. "This must be the sugar," Leo said with a grin. He tipped the jar and poured a huge snowy mountain of white powder into his golden batter. He didn't notice the tiny handwritten label on the back of the jar that whispered the word salt. As the cake baked, the kitchen didn't smell like sweet vanilla. It smelled a bit like the ocean. Leo peered through the glass of the oven door. Instead of rising tall and straight, the cake bubbled and wobbled into a very strange lumpy shape. When the cake was cool, Leo took a tiny taste of a crumb. "Yuck!" he cried, sticking out his tongue. It was the saltiest thing he had ever eaten. It wasn't a sparkle star cake, it was a salty sea cake. Leo's eyes filled with big, shiny tears. Just then, Sarah walked into the kitchen. She saw the flour on the floor, the lumpy cake on the table, and Leo's sad face. She didn't look angry at all. Instead, she knelt down and looked at the messy counter with a curious smile. "I ruined your birthday," Leo sobbed, hiding his face in his apron. "I made a huge mistake. I'm a terrible baker." Sarah sat on the floor beside him and gave him a big hug. "Mistakes aren't ruins, Leo," she said softly. "They are just the secret ingredients of learning." Sarah showed Leo how to tell the difference between the jars. "Now you know exactly why we taste as we go." She laughed. They stood up together and started a brand new cake. This time, Leo checked every label and even did a tiny finger test for the sugar. The second cake was beautiful, but Leo realized he liked the salty sea cake story even better. He learned more from that one mistake than from 100 perfect batches. From that day on, whenever Leo messed up, he just smiled and asked, "I wonder what I'm going to learn this time."